Maybe for that orc too.
Maybe for that orc too. I'm not making fun of your accent. I'm making fun of his accent. I don't mean to do it. It's so amazing. So when you say that to him, he
Really doesn't go for that.
He kind of loosens his grip and kind of lowers the, like he lets it sink down, where he's aiming the crossbow for a second. Then he for a brief second he considers it and he's like, no, I'm not letting a giant fucking bear into my inn.
Okay,
and everyone's like it's still tense, and like a lot of people who are near the bear have stood up and are moving to the other side of the room, and some people are starting to scream, "Get it out of here!" What are you guys doing?
I was going to say, just for reference, this isn't like a dire bear. This is a typical black bear.
Can I make up a song on the spot, really bad one, because I'm drunk, about how this bear is the most heroic bear in the world? And make a performance out of that?
Go ahead and try.
So that's performance or bluff? What's the role?
You can always use a part of performance to inspire people, or to do whatever,
let's do that.
right? But if you roll performance, you have a chance of just getting their attention and convincing people. The bardic performance has magic involved. Like it's more powerful than just singing and dancing.
And bardic performance about the.
What one are you gonna do? Because you have what, 3, 4? Which performance are you doing?
The courageous one. To lift the spirits about how this bear is the best bear. The more courageous bear. How about this bear save the life of this lowly halfling. And how we can all learn from this amazing bear. Go grab my loot too.
That's right, it's on the floor. Oh dear lord, that's a lot.
Also, I'm still trying to make money because I'm a bard.
48, Jesus.
Okay, I'm back.
Well, as you can see,
Welcome back, friendo.
Somebody tried to perform again. Emphasis on the
So,
tried.
just a quick recap, what happened?
Someone explain while I calculate this data.
Basically,
Bear came in.
the other guy.
Bartender brought up crossbow and was
No,
yelling.
he was here for that.
So our buddy here decided to put another bardic performance to make people think that the bear was a heroic soul.
Good thing he's drunk off his ass.
Yeah, well, the rules say otherwise.
You. So,
48.
a very interesting thing happens. You start performing. The bartender relaxes. And about half the people get up and leave. Actually, they leave through the back or go up to their rooms or whatever. You can hear some doors slamming. And then a bunch of other people are singing along once they learn the lyrics to the great and wonderful triumphs of this bear. And the bartender kind of looks at you a little exasperated. He's like, he doesn't say that, but that's kind of the attitude. He kind of throws his hands up and returns the crossbow to where he had it before it. And he is very closely eyeing the bear.
Hungry boy.
Imagine like a cartoon bear staring at it, getting all drooly and big eyes, and then.
So I continue singing and dancing and making a fool out of myself.
So Therazar, it seems that people are pretty comfortable with the bear. The bartender doesn't seem too happy, but he's letting it slide. What's the intent here? What are you guys intending to do?
I just said what I was gonna do, but I just continued walking over to one of the corners, sat down, and began eating one
I
of my
plan on
rations.
bedding down for the night, so I'm gonna ask the bartender if he's got any rooms.
Yeah, we got room. He says. He's still
Great.
watching the bear.
How much?
$10 gold. Still eyeing the bear.
Seems a bit steep.
Seeing as you and yours seem to be, among others, seem to be enamored with that bear, it's consider it a liability fee.
What was he originally charging rooms like everybody else?
I don't think it came up.
Shit. From my own knowledge, what have I been charged for stays at inns in the past?
Oh no. A gold a night.
Holy.
And that's at the highest that you've paid. Sometimes it's in the silvers. That's for like really good stuff.
I kind of grunt, turn around, and walk right out of the inn.
Good riddance. He mutters under the breath. He's still watching the bear though.
Once I've walked outside, I'll keep walking towards the edges of town and make a camp once I've gotten outside of city limits or village limits.
Yeah, it's
Call it.
town.
Town limits.
Yeah, you're able to do that pretty easily. Does anyone else do anything as for a room?
I got it for free, right?
Possibly. I haven't asked.
No, you said the accommodations were free.
That is not what he said. He passed you
That's
a mug
what
of
he
beer and
said.
he says on the house.
He also said something about my accommodation being taken care of. Pretty sure.
He did not say that at all.
Pretty sure he did.
If you'd like to talk to him about it, I'm sure you could.
I could scrub through the recording and find it.
Gee.
Pretty sure he said the accommodations were free. If not, I'm still gonna act like it, not care that if he doesn't call me on it.
Wait, did you actually say something? I got a text. Sorry. Did you actually say something to him about it, or are you just?
So I'm gonna ask him for the key to my room.
He eyes you a little somethingly, and reaches down to wherever a key is kept and hands it to you. It has a number on it. Is George still dancing? Oh no, he runs up, gives him a thing. So what are you doing now, George?
Well,
Georgie Porgy.
I want to look around and see who looks like they're the most intoxicated. So I'm gonna have to roll another.
That's clearly the halfling.
I mean, besides the scary half orc.
No, the halfling, not the half orc.
Okay.
The halfling is shorter than you. He's smaller. He's actually tiny. Even for a halfling, you might mistake him for a gnome.
Well, I'm gonna go to him since he seems like he's the most intoxicated, and I'm gonna start talking him up.
All right.
Kinda-
Well, this is Cyrus, who you recognize, who helped you get away a couple towns over.
So I say to Cyrus, "So what's your name, fella?"
I look at him, he's like, don't I know you from somewhere?
I mean, I've seen you around, but I don't really remember names.
It's like musicians around the road are all friends, right, friend?
Whew, you have to lay off the drink. I can barely understand you.
Cyrus, my name. Glad to see another musician on the road.
It's always refreshing. So, would you want to get into some tomfoolery?
Always up for some tomfoolery.
I hear there's this herbalist shop down on the edge of town. She's looking for musicians to court her, if you will.
What?
I look at him very weirdly, so it's like, are we talking about her or her stuff? It's kind of like,
I'm thinking it's her. She gave that vibe when I talked to her.
it's like, well, I might be drunk, but that sounds like an excellent idea. Let's go.
All right, let's go, friend. So I guess now I'm leading him to what's her face's Laurel's shop.
Shit.
What is about to happen?
Hold on a moment. Oh my god. My
What?
roommate's going ape shit.
Wait, why? So I gave something for you. Chat.
The bark keep.
Okay, cool.
Oopsie.
That's
He's
cool.
just too busy thinking of animal noises to make. No, my fucking roommate plays a lot of Rainbow Six Siege, and he just went off the handle in the other room, like straight up screaming at something, and I'm wondering what the hell happened. Did he just get scoped by some 12-year-old who's calling him a faggot over comms, or what?
So Therazar has left. Has left. What did you, George and Cyrus, say that they were doing? Did you guys leave to go and rape someone?
I mean, you're making an assumption. We're not there yet.
You haven't arrived at that decision matrix.
So what's going on with Cyrus and George?
We're making a drunk call on some lady, as far as I know.
Well, I'm completely sober.
So really, you're just
Alright.
messing with the drunk.
Are you
lady.
heading back to her home or something?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys have been here for a couple hours. And when you get there, like, it's pretty dark. Like, it's the stars are out and everything, right? So what do you do?
Well, I go up to him in kind of a hushed voice to make sure I don't wake anyone else nearby. They might be in like a really shack-looking place. And I tell him, you should try speaking some poetry to her. That
This
might
is-
woo her.
This is degrading
Well-
very fast.
Vlad,
I-
why?
Took out my lute and started singing the best romantic serenades I know.
Roll your perform.
Oh, make sure you have the. Make sure you're listed under intoxicated.
No, I'm taking that into account.
Okay. Rolls
Where
in
are
that
you
20.
standing, George?
And
He
then I
keeps
then I
keeps
jump back
slurring
and
his
hide behind the
words.
bench.
he keeps slurring his words and he keeps slurring his words and missing notes and hiccuping. But he's singing pretty loud, and someone starts to come to the door, and
I
someone
can
opens
see.
it, and it's the woman from earlier, and she, like the room inside is dimly lit, and she basically comes out and exclaims, What in? What the? What the shit? And she looks back and forth between George and Cyrus.
Well, I don't really care. I continue singing.
She looks back and forth between the two of you, looking for an explanation. Says, "You, what are you doing? I thought you were gonna go. I thought." She
Gotta rest
slams-
up, you know.
She slams the door. Nope. Yeah, she slams the door, and you can hear cluttering around inside. And she opens it again and hurls something towards
What does the object
Cyrus. It's pretty dark. Give me a second. There we go. Wow. You hear a bottle smash like a couple feet away from Cyrus. Both of you do. Well, Cyrus might not be too aware of it. Hey, Therazar, what are you doing?
It depends on if I saw which way Arthur went.
You probably didn't.
Okay. I probably hear this commotion at this point.
Well, no, because that happened after you left.
Okay. I guess I'm looking for a spot to sleep, so I probably start heading out towards the woods, and just probably the same way I came in. So out the main entrance, I guess, whatever it's called.
You actually see a campfire on the outside of the city the town as you leave it. Off in the distance, it's just like the surrounding area of this town is basically plains or grassland right next to a very fertile river. It would seem.
I start walking towards it, but I instruct Grizz to kind of keep his distance behind me, scouting.
Right,
Kind of
as you get closer, you can see that it's what's his name?
Arthur.
You ended up going in the same direction.
Okay, so I walk over and join him with Grizz.
So Arthur, he's here.
Oh. Tell him he seems to know his shit. He can set up camp if he wants.
Shit, that's really funny. So the two of you, as you start talking, can hear some very loud, weird, strange noise coming from inside coming from in the direction of the town, but it's really distant. It's just a little echoey over the land. Like you're probably 500 meters away. You're a little more than a football field, actually.
Can
maybe
I
a football
roll
field
to
and-
figure out more information?
Absolutely.
Perception.
Yeah,
That's a
for
really
lack of a better
bad
one.
roll.
Fuck.
So Therazar is pretty sure someone's singing, and very poorly at that.
I proceed to ignore it, figuring it's probably the bards we were with just getting drunker.
So bards, so she came out and threw the thing at you, and closed the door again, and you heard it lock again.
Well, I'm gonna try to convince her to come back out.
Okay, what are you saying?
I don't know, whatever can work.
Oh,
Hold on.
so it's gonna be a fun night.
What do you say?
I say, hey, come out. We just want to talk to you. Sorry, my phone. Hey, we just want to talk to you.
Is the music part of it?
I mean, if he started performing, then yeah, but no.
Okay.
What an impressive loot.
That's my ringtone.
At least it's not a slide whistle.
Damn, I should have had that as my instrument.
Playing Metallica on kazoo.
Better yet, the triangle.
Cowbell.
Ding 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 ding. That's the triangle. So she does. You hear it click unlocked, and there's a long pause before she opens it again and looks out and says, "What do you want to talk about? What is going on?"
Oh man. I want to find any way to seduce her that I can. That's all I want to do. I'm not gonna even lie about that. Jeez.
We're gonna get 50 Shades of Grey here.
We're gonna have to deal with the fucking guards at some point. There's gonna be like a fucking rape, a domestic. Oh man.
It's just gonna be us on this adventure.
Oh god.
All right, so this is the tricky question where you actually have to ask a D&D player, how do they seduce someone? And true to form, they freeze. The irony
So what do
here.
you say?
The irony here is so
I'm
strong.
gonna call her an amazing person and basically flatter her. I don't know if I should roll for this at all. Do you think I should?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
All right.
Should I ask
You've got a nice
permission?
personality.
Should I compliment her shoes? Do I tell her that's a nice
Oh,
fire?
she picking up what you're throwing down, but she's kind of got like a small like head shaking smile on her face. She's like, "Oh, honey, you're so sweet, but you're not my type."
How does she feel about bear?
Oh god, bestiality.
Sorry. First
Now,
thing
can
that
you
came to mind.
Please shut that thing up. They're neighbors. I'm trying to sleep. I have to take care of the people tomorrow. Please get him to stop. I need to sleep. She begs. Gives you a
And I
little
say
smirk.
only if you hear me out.
What? Hear you out? How? What are you trying to say?
I'll just stop him first and then I'll talk later.
Huh?
So I turn over to Cyrus and say, hey bud, doing great. You should take a breathing break.
Okay,
What does Cyrus do?
I look at the situation and decide to stop for a while and just see what's gonna happen.
Okay, so he stops. What are you doing, Cyrus? And she thanks you like
Me?
fucking.
First of all, I'm gonna speak a poem to try to woo her
Yeah,
again.
no, she says something like "Thank the fucking gods."
I'm gonna tell her even more of how she's a great person for doing what she does.
I've thought of so many pickup lines for you already, and this is where we're at.
I can't think of shit right now.
He's literally
Says-
doing this to you on a silver platter. And you're turning
She
it
says,
down.
"Honey, I'm afraid that little thing between your." Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say little, but you're just not my type. If you catch my drift.
I'm gonna see my friends struggling and decide
What?
to help him with this conversation.
I
Uh-huh.
insist again, saying that. Oh shit. I can't think of anything right now. I can't think of garbage. Oh man.
She says, "I'm pretty sure there's some bar wenches over at the inn who are super loose and easy. I've even taken advantage of them sometimes. Find some companionship there. Just sleep.
And I say
I'm
no,
going
I
to
want a
sleep.
fine woman.
Goodbye." And she shuts the door and locks it.
The synchronization
fucking
from Team
bitch, I
Out
say
of
to
Town
Cyrus.
is pretty good.
So what are you guys doing now?
I just tell Cyrus, damn, she's a bitch.
Well, there's more fish in the sea, my friend.
There's more fish in the sea. Says,
And more beer in the tavern. Let's go!
Yeah, you're buying.
I'm buying. Besides, if you're a bard and you're paying for beer, you're doing something wrong.
You are correct, my friend.
So what are you doing?
Heading back to the tavern.
Alrighty.
And then
So
we
you're back at the tavern. It wasn't too hard.
thought
It's
we
getting
need
pretty
the
late.
beer, bear. We met the bear in the way.
Emotes.
So yeah, hold on, roll his trash.
Wrong button. Sorry.
Whoa.
Just ignore that. I hit the wrong button.
Roll his ability to find people, which would be probably survival. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Right.
I mean, I feel like that should be at an advantage almost, but no.
You actually, yeah, he's like,
Finds us easily.
I mean, we're really loud bards. It shouldn't be hard.
so he actually just ends up back at the, and he pokes his nose in. He can't get the door. He tries to get the door open, and people start cheering again, and bartender is not having it and runs over to latch the door close. And what does your bear do?
Just kind of scratches at it a little bit, but then turns around and starts sniffing.
Hey Cyrus, don't you think that bear is pretty like a really good animal?
I'm sorry. What did you just say, Therazar?
Grizz kind of scratches at the door a few more times, but he understands that he's not going to get into the door, so he turns around and kind of starts sniffing around to see if they're not there, or just kind of looking for another route, basically.
So he starts to head in a direction. No, actually he doesn't. He can't really get a scent. If that's what he's trying to do.
Yes, that's pretty much exactly what he's trying to do.
Yeah, he's not. He can tell that they were outside it again, but he's not really sure what direction they went.
He sits down and waits.
And you guys eventually come to the tavern, and the bear is sitting outside.
Dude, Cyrus, we should go pet that bear. He looks pretty fuzzy and soft.
I am extremely happy to see the bear again and try to open the door to the tavern and get him inside.
I let him pet it first, just in case.
I'm drunk. I don't care. I go to the bear.
I'm saying this is Therazar. Therazar needs.
I'm usually going to communicate with Grizz through emotes.
Oh, okay. I'm not looking. So
That's
Alright.
actually nice.
aggressively sneezes aggressively as they.
I just remembered I gave him meat earlier. He might like me.
He's not angry or anything, he just sneezes like really aggressively.
Jeez. Serious, you're making him allergic to you.
He's not allergic to me. He loves me. Right, Bear? Right?
Waiting for stud.
See?
Wait, he doesn't know what he's saying.
He can tell tones. I mean, it's an animal. Think of it like a more domesticated animal. He can.
I just
tell
want to make sure you
emotions.
understand that he's not so much of a person as he is a very
yeah.
important pet.
I'm kind of treating him like a pet. He's up in his face, like petting him and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Okay, So
If you think I'm being unrealistic, of course, call me
Oh,
out
no,
on
I
it.
just mean the nods is a little
Okay.
strange, and that's fine. I'm just letting you know now, and I'll say so if anything seems a little too unrealistic.
Say, still drunkly say that we should all three of us go to a tavern and get drunk, and then go to sleep in the tavern.
As Grizz walks up.
I'm confused whether I should go in there with the other bard or go with the fuzzy bear. I'm gonna follow the fuzzy bear.
That was close.
I don't like it when you say things like that.
I'm gonna just say, wait for me. Try to grab alcohol from whatever alcohol I can get out of the bartender, and just follow the other bard and the bear.
Oh, the door's still locked at this point, I think.
Huh?
The bar door is
They
locked
should
at this
op-
point.
I mean,
They should open it for me, right? If I start drunkenly knocking on the door.
it's just a lock. It's not like he can undo it unless it has a key. I'm assuming it's a deadbolt. So
He said it's a latch, so I'm imagining like a 2x4 coming down on the other side of the door.
oh yeah, there's no way a drunk man couldn't get past that.
You
Is there
saying a
coffee?
drunk man could pick a lock?
No, it's just like a piece of wood
Yeah.
put in front of the door.
I'm a bard. That's literally my job, to be drunkenly pick locks.
So are you guys following then?
At least
It
I
sounds
am.
like George is. I'm still not 100% sure on what Cyrus is doing.
I'm trying to get my stuff out of the tavern.
It's not locked. If you thought it was locked.
Oh, you said he
Did you say-
latches the door.
Yeah, he puts it in
Okay, so a
to
human
where
could
yes,
they could just walk up and open the door and go in. Okay.
exactly. It's
All
not
right,
locked.
back up. Got
It's shut firmly. Keep firmly shut so the cats can't get outside and die, so the dwarves get depressed and go kill everyone.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I had no.
Okay.
It's like they
It's
pushed it till it
Dwarf
clicked, so
Fortress.
you'd have to
Dwarf
actually.
Fortress. Yeah, never mind. Go ahead. So yeah, you can get inside and get your stuff.
Yes, I scream at them to wait for me. Go inside, grab my stuff, ask the bartender to give me some alcohol for the road.
He gives you something.
Go out, grab my llama, and drive out of town with the bear.
Oh, that's right, you have a llama.
I forgot you have
I
a
forgot about that.
All right, so you're on your way out with the Grizz. It doesn't take long for you guys to get there, but it's getting late. I imagine that you must be tired, unless you're an elf. But none of you are elves. So yeah, I guess you're all sitting around a campfire in town.
So I again started to say that don't know if you guys heard it, but the water here is poison or something, so I brought some booze.
It's worth mentioning that he hacks and coughs similar to how all of you are, have been in the middle of that, involuntarily. Hold on, I got a better idea. Hold on. There we go. Look at that.
Oh, that's right, you have control of them, so you
Oh, yeah.
can say something as them.
I can tell you guys when you're coughing.
One every 3 seconds.
Therzar stands up and starts to walk towards the field a little bit. And just kind of stands with his back to the fire looking over the field.
What are you looking for, or what are you doing?
Just looking. Not really looking for anything, just watching at this point, kind of like in the at watch position.
So Arthur's gone to bed.
which, mind you, is using the small tent and the bedroll out of my inventory.
So you're sleeping luxurious then.
How did I forget a bedroll?
No! Dang it! No!
Yes, everyone. Coughs. Good night.
So Therazar has walked away and is looking out into the darkness.
He's
Arthur's gone
think
to
of only
bed.
like 10 feet away from the fire.
Right. What's George doing?
I kind of sneakily grabbed the booze that Sirius brought with him, and I just start chugging it as fast as I can.
What are you doing, Sirius?
Well, I'm get my tent ready and the bedroll next to them and keep drinking next to the bonfire until I pass out.
Okay. So they're gonna pass out drinking. Make a Constitution check. Not person, but you. George.
Who?
Wait, one
George.
for me.
George.
Not the person, but you.
Very specific. Fuck, where the hell? Fences. Wait, no. Where the hell was this at again? Oh, there it is.
Just roll your skill.
What the hell?
Ooh.
Okay. You're fine.
Good stuff.
And Therazar. They're drunkenly drinking and doing whatever they do when they're. Are you intending to stand there for quite some time?
I'm at watch basically.
I see. So they pass out after some time, and the night goes by. The moons swirl in the sky.
Can I make it clear that I put some earplugs in my ears before I pass out?
Some earplugs in your.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good stuff.
Are you? When are you going to bed, or what are you planning on doing after several hours of standing now? And are you stoking the fire? Or are you just standing there?
I'm standing away from the fire. At this point, after a little bit of time, I sit down and kind of lean back against Grizz. Still paying attention, but not as, like, not standing up, constantly surveilling.
Okay. What's your plan as time goes by?
About halfway through the night, I plan on waking up Grizz and taking a short rest while he is awake.
Oh, I didn't even consider that he will stand watch. Okay. So he will. The night will pass pretty uneventfully, and he'll wake up Grizz, and he'll keep an eye out. And
Do we notice anything in the middle of the night?
no.
Okay.
It's a pretty quiet night.
Okay.
And yeah, sun starts to rise. Got a there's dew on the grass and the plants nearby. So some of you might be a little wet in some places, covered in some morning dew. And it looks like or Arthur is probably not that way because he's in the tent and the fire is all but completely gone out. You have to put your hand down next to it, and it's really damp. This is a pretty wet climate, considering that you're right by a river at the very least. But you guys do wake up. The two of you who were drinking yesterday, roll a Constitution test. George and Cyrus, please.
Oh,
So, George, you've got a pretty shit headache. Cyrus, you are dehydrated, but you're just really thirsty. I don't know how. You drink more than everyone else and you're tiny. Apparently you can drink a whole lot.
It's not my first time or the last.
Arthur, when do you wake up?
About 8 in the morning.
Okay. Yeah, that's about the time that most of this is happening. And you had set up a tent, yeah? Are you planning on leaving it here?
Nope.
So what is the plan for the...
Did you all just cut out?
Nope, they're not saying anything.
Okay.
waiting on Therazar to say what he's doing with the tent.
No, what do you mean you're waiting on me? I said to put it back in my bag. Or rather, put it back on my bag. It's a tent. It's not permanently rooted to the spot as far as I'm aware.
I mean,
Well, you would have nailed it down, wouldn't you?
Just ignore that. I'm doing something. I forgot a stat.
2 + 2 is 4.
Sky, they're called
-4
snakes.
Bob. Sorry. What is the 2 + 2?
I said I forgot about something, and I just
Oh.
took care of it. I didn't know how to self-roll, so I just rolled there.
Oh, remember, any of you have spells, which is everyone but the ranger. You need, if you're changing them, or if you did your bardic performances or anything, you get them back. Because it's a new day. And I want to know, after everything at the camp is resolved, cleaned, or whatever have you, what is the plan? What do you intend to do?
I intend to blame
Therazar
the
is
moisture
still
in my
asleep.
body on Sirius.
Okay, so George starts rubbing up against Cirrus like a wet noodle.
no, I mean, I'm saying I'm blaming the wetness like from the morning dew being him pissing on everything at night.
Oh, I see. My mistake. What does Cyrus have to say?
I'm still confused about the whole situation. Trying to remember what happened last night and why I'm in a camp with a bear.
You're not remembering anything from the night before?
I'm trying to remember it.
Wait, so do you recognize the bear?
Yeah, I met the bear before.
Wait, if he's still asleep, how did he pack up the tent?
Therazar
It's
never
not
had-
Therazar's. It's mine. It's Arthur's.
Therazar
Oh.
just slept on the ground.
I thought Therazar's tent because he's like
He
the
doesn't need a
ranger and
tent.
shit.
No, the
Okay.
ranger did. But
So, Sky, I posted something in the D&D text channel. That's the kind of tent that I'm thinking of. Something similar. Obviously not exactly that.
Wait, what's the this doesn't add up thing? Oh, I see. Yeah, you still have to tie that down.
Yeah, you have to tie it down, but you can use stakes, and those can be made of anything. Tree branches, forms of wood, just anything to
attach
keep
to
it
that.
attached to the ground.
You can use rocks if you find heavy enough ones.
Yeah. Tents are not permanently nailed down or tied down. They're supposed to be picked back up and reused. That's the entire point of it.
Otherwise, you build a house.
Yeah.
I'm typing a description.
On Discord, I got to say that I'm playing Mozilla Firefox.
Interesting. Oh, and also in D&D text, I posted a meme that was supposed to be George last night when he got cock blocked.
I see you alone. Yeah, in an apartment.
Oh, I could have used that shit.
I rolled to see if she'd be interested. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, I kind of assumed you did that.
Okay, just making sure.
Seeing a little
I
lawsuit
wasn't
here
trying to cockblock you.
and
If she had
I mean, you
rolled
were.
differently, she would have been into it, and you would have been sleeping somewhere else. Maybe it depends on
there.
how
Yeah.
Which probably would have left us all high and dry.
No, I mean, it would have left you with a drunk.
Yeah, well,
I was already overjoyed.
Who said I wanted to roll high too?
There we go. I can't.
we get the gist, so it's not a huge deal if you type it right.
I asked them, so what is that paper she gave you? Did she like, what is she asking? Like for you to get ingredients or whatever?
You weren't listening.
I mean, I got
Sorry.
the gist.
He made that pretty
like,
clear
my
that
char-
he wasn't listening.
Yeah, I know.
No, my character wasn't paying attention much. He was more so just looking at her and looking around.
All right. As I get done hacking up a big lungful of blood, I run over to Therazar and give him a boot real quick and wake him up. Ask him where in the hell those ingredients are supposed to be at. We should probably do some collecting.
Therazar gets up quickly, realizes there's no threat, and then asks him to repeat.
Where did she say the ingredients might be located around? We need to find them.
Pulls out the list of ingredients and says it's in some. Oh, the word's escaping me right now.
Forest.
Yeah, like some cursed forest or something.
Well, you guys can see that forest from here. It's off in the distance to the north
Okay.
of the town, and it's a pretty thick, heavily wooded area.
Okay, so
Do
he
you mean the
points.
Vale?
Yeah.
He points over to the forest then. It's over there. In that general
Fantastic.
direction.
I got some stuff to hunt there anyways.
So I'm going to give you guys a note. It's not going to have as much detail as what he actually wrote. We'll reference it for the specific things. Who actually physically has the note?
Therazar.
Slow.
So as I cough blood, I'm gonna ask the group if anybody has some of those herbs that's supposed to be helping.
Yeah, because you're.
Since beer didn't work.
Yeah. Did it come back to you? Is that what you're saying? What you tried to do yesterday?
Yeah, so I'm thinking that alcohol didn't work. I'm asking the group if they have some of those herbs that's supposed to be working.
Nope.
So, hangover would be counted as poison, right?
Okay, so who physically has the note again?
Therazar.
It's Therazar. Handed it back to him as we entered the bar.
Therazar, and to be edited by Therazar. All right, you have a note that I misspelled in your journal
Okay.
that has basically the bare necessities. If you need,
Get it? Bare necessity?
I think he realized that as soon as he said it.
the bare necessities of
Life?
mind. Like there is more information there, but if you want more or if you want to pursue one of them, I'll explain it a bit more.
I look at the list. First item on the list is rat's tail over there, so let's go. Starts walking away, doesn't even wait for a response.